Hello folks, Marcel back again with the Pulse. I want to give you an update on NMN going into 2025, how I see things unfolding, where we're at currently, some of the battles that are still going on, major intense battles, believe it or not, for NMN. Keep in mind, the federal government has stated there are no current restrictions on NMN, yet we're going to see that there are still companies stopping the sale, stopping advertising of NMN, not even heeding the government's own position right now, which just seems bizarre. You have to wonder who's actually pulling the ban levers. Does the government even have any control? A federal judge in Washington, D.C. has put a stay on this case, and the FDA has responded there are no restrictions on NMN. This seems to be just lip service when it comes to legit script. They refuse, even though they've told the Natural Product Association, oh, we've removed it from our database. There is no proof of that. We're not seeing that. And I'm not one of the customers of legit script, so I can't see the actual listings. I can do searches. NMN does not come up, by the way. The actual database list is something they sell for thousands of dollars. So companies and individuals that want to see the list pay them a few $1,000s, and they have access to the list of over 10,000 different ingredients and drugs, and you could see the status on those ingredients. And yet, Amazon in the US still not selling NMN or allowing NMN sales, blocking NMN illegally at this point. YouTube blocking the advertising of NMN, and in my view, from my experience, restricting the reach of content that concerns NMN. I've seen this myself. I've brought this issue up with YouTube employees. They've been responsive. They've been friendly. They even assisted me in reversing some algorithm decisions on NMN videos that I've tried to boost just to see if we can get some traffic or what the status is. It's sort of been a trial balloon. What is the status? And the algorithm in minutes spits out disapproved messages when you try to advertise anything or boost any videos that contain information about NMN. And they're doing this illegally, but they continue to do so. They're restricting the sale of an ingredient that is not restricted by law. It really makes you wonder what's going on. Who's in charge of the social media landscape? Who's in charge of companies like Amazon? Who decides what they can sell and what they cannot sell? Because you would think they would want to sell everything that they can legally sell. Why would Amazon be limiting access to a product that just so happens to make people feel very healthy and need less pharmaceutical drugs? It's very hard not to be cynical right now when you look at this situation and you have the access to the information that I've had the last 2.5 years about this issue. There must be a reason why YouTube, Walmart, Amazon continue to take their orders from somebody. Either the government is still restricting NMN, so they're saying one thing and doing another, or there are powers in the pharmaceutical industry making their own moves and restricting it. I can't believe that they would continue to restrict NMN on their own and just refuse traffic from viewers that are interested in this information. If anything, the first 2 years of my channel taught me at YouTube is that there is massive interest in NMN out there. When you talk to them, when you interact with people, doesn't mean everybody's for it, but nor is everyone against it. But people like talking about it. People want the information. And we're only reaching about 5%. And I'm being generous, but algorithmically, we're being blocked here at this channel to the point that we're only reaching about 5% of the NMN audience that we used to reach. Organically getting about 500 views when we used to get 10,000 for a typical video. So it really makes you wonder why. And then you look at the evidence that is all around us. In fact, here locally, I have family members, friends, neighbors, all sick, all very sick right now. Bronchitis, all kinds of different illnesses, seasonal, I'm sure, but still, they're sick. Yet, knock on wood, I keep my fingers crossed, I'm still not suffering from it. And I'm not hearing from others taking NMN who are suffering from seasonal illness this year. I'm not saying people aren't getting sick at all, but I'm not seeing the evidence of it. People aren't coming to me and saying, hey, when I talk about not getting sick, I'm not getting any feedback from people saying, well, I still am. I'm not getting that. What I get a lot of, even with the limited reach that we now have is people coming back and basically repeating, echoing my own sentiments about NMN. Again, there must be an explanation why this incredible interest and this incredible feedback from NMN users is being ignored by the algorithm, by Amazon. What's going on with LegitScript? Did they really remove NMN from their database, or are we being fed a stall tactic or even being lied to? Maybe they're waiting for July. Maybe they're hedging their bet and they're just keeping it off the market. Maybe it impacts the sale of other pharmaceuticals that are on their list. Maybe they think it will cost them money, or they feel threatened. I mean, if the government was feeling threatened, if the pharmaceutical industry was feeling threatened by NMN, why wouldn't a company that makes its money from the pharmaceutical industry itself feel somewhat threatened? And basically, you could just go down the line. All of these entities that I discuss, besides, we hope, federal judges, but the FDA gets a significant amount of money from the pharmaceutical industry. LegitScript exists as a business model from payments from the pharmaceutical industry. Amazon, you have to wonder, how many pharmaceuticals are they selling as well at Amazon? YouTube, accepting millions and millions and millions of advertising in Google and YouTube. You see it in the US. It's not allowed outside the US, but you definitely see that reach, that power of the pharmaceutical industry over YouTube in the US. I'm sure I've set off all kinds of alarm bells for the algorithm for this video, so for kicks and giggles, I'll still try to boost it. So if you're seeing this as advertised content, that is pretty much amazing. That there is somehow someone at YouTube intervening on behalf of this channel to make sure this content gets out. That's pretty remarkable. Now, I want to say this about 2025. I do believe it's going to be the year of NMN, at least in the US. I think we're going to turn a corner, and I hope this is true. Maybe I'm willing it into existence, but I really do deep down believe that with a new administration, with changes at FDA, with the ultimate removal of NMN from, because we're pushing back right now. I'm asking MPA right now to reach out to LegitScript again and say, hey, are you sure you took this off your list? Because corporations aren't complying. They're not responding with any change in policy concerning NMN. They're still restricting access to it. They're still restricting advertising of it, as if the FDA said nothing, as if the judge said nothing, as if Natural Products Association interaction with LegitScript meant nothing. I do believe that dam's going to break. And I think 2025, we're going to see major changes. And it has to happen by July. But I do think it'll start happening sooner. And I will keep you guys abreast of it every step of the way. I appreciate you watching. I wish you the very best in 2025. And I really do hope it's going to be the year of NMN.